Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Audio, audio, audio. No audio here either. All right, let me pull it up on my end. Still nothing? Still nothing? I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. That's got the demon voice, though. Demon voice. Demon voice. What up, you Braj? What's up, Delonius? What's up, Braj? Cable, Delonius, Monk. What's going on? We just came from the Genius chat. Is it still demon voice? All right, we're trying from the top. Let's go. Monk, what's going on? We just came from the Genius chat. Is it still? Hello. It's called one. One, one, one. Now we're on one. Now we're on one. Now we're on one. What was that? What was that? What up, Aldo? What's up, Tom Mellon? What's going on, man? Coming over here from the Genius Brewing. They just, that was Logan's last hurrah. Hello. It's called one. One, one, one. Now we're on one. Now we're on one. Now we're on one. Maybe I just sound like this. What's going on, Matt? What's going on? Maybe I just sound like shit all the time. Maybe I'm just permanently hungover. Shout out to Genius. Like, I get it now. I get it. I thought these streams and live streams were so boring like a year ago. And then they're fun. I think you got to, like, keep the chat going. Whether you're being obnoxious like me or you're actually being filmed. Like, I'm looking at Logan right now, and it's freeze frame. It's kind of weirding me out. So we're gonna reload that, Logan. We're gonna get you out of here. Saw some questions in the chat we were talking about really quick. I wrote this down. I actually have to go film a 100 for Life video right now. What time is it? What year is it? 10:15. 10:15. Count Chocula, that's total bullshit. People will write beer articles just to write them. Half the time they don't make sense. And you're talking about is putting yeast or the yeast starter in a stir plate bad for the yeast? No, and that's actually ridiculous not to think so. I wouldn't even buy the stir plate. Just go around and shake it if you could be home. Got a dead arm last night, man. I was out with my boss. My boss is a machine, dude. My boss just had 2 open heart surgeries, and he still smokes cigarettes. And he's having a kid. He doesn't even have a girlfriend. He's already got 2 daughters. Construction guys are fucking crazy. They're fucking crazy, man. We got some leftover PBR from last night. I drink this as I smoke weed, so I don't waste good beer anymore. Smells good. Generally, if it smells good, it's going to taste good. Yeah, it's great. That's a CH life hack. Don't crack your favorite IPA when you're doing your nightcap and you're smoking your weed. You will waste a beer every single time. I like to get a PBR. I love PBR. And if you waste it, you don't have guilt in the morning. I was talking to somebody in the chat a little bit about rice holes. Rice holes. What are they? What do they do? Is the chat not here? Did we lose the chat? How do I have to sign in for this shit? It just won't let me chat from Streamlabs OBS. Come on. There we go. All right, chat works. What's up, Benzo? Dawson Creek theme song. What's up? Matt Wisner, thank you. Bruno Tony, what's going on? He bought the stir plate. I bought the stir plate at one time. And I sold it to a blind kid from Dumb and Dumber. Told him it was a bird. No, that was a joke. Nobody be offended by that. And I have no idea what I did with it. It was probably some Amazon Basics thing. Amazon Basics is legit. I buy their a lot of their stuff, more particularly their batteries. Rice holes. Here's what I got written down for Wednesday. I'm actually trying to take this shit a little bit serious and not get so drunk when we do these things, because I burn a lot of bridges, and my girlfriend, I tell her every time it's going to be 2 hours, and I look back at the analytics, and they're like 4 hours now, and my word doesn't carry that much weight with her these days. Anywho, here's what I've written down. When to use rice holes, and rice holes are a good thing. They are a good thing. It's just, I don't think most people have rice holes on in their brew house on standby, but they're good forever. Just put them in a bag. It's pretty much, I'll talk about it in a second. Amazon for home brewing products, positives and negatives. There's very good things to buy on Amazon, and there's very bad things to buy on Amazon. We'll talk about that. Is TikTok the new Instagram? I feel like everybody that got into TikTok doesn't go on Instagram anymore. And the funny thing about that is, like, the guys that work construction with, it's just in a general trade sense, you know, some of these guys do drywall, some of these guys are framers. The general contractor watches TikTok all day. He doesn't do social media. He doesn't do Facebook or Instagram. But obviously, TikTok started out as, I guess, just little kids dancing and voiceovers and shit like that. And I guess it's 1 minute videos. I guess that's kind of the 1 minute cap. It's like a very concise, like YouTube meets probably Pinterest. But he was showing me all these videos about guys testing out like new DeWalt tools and batteries and new like ways to go about just cutting shit from different angles and getting in tough spots. And I was like, damn. TikTok, like, pretty much, you know, how Twitch started with video gamers, I guess. Now, like, you go on Twitch and it's like, I can watch somebody I can watch somebody DJ or talk about sound engineering. TikTok started with little kids dancing. Twitch started with video gamers, and it veered off into, like, whatever, a live stream, how to do build a wine cabinet, how to stain wood, how to sand wood. Yada, yada, yada. And here's the thing. TikTok pays you. It's like YouTube or Twitch or Vine. People don't make money off Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. I don't think. I think it's just kind of fool's gold, monopoly, kind of bragging rights. But if you think about it, like kids that are coming up, hey, we stare at phones all day. It's inevitable. You know, what's the new social media platform if you're going to spend 4 or 5 hours a day? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, Vine, YouTube, Twitch. Kids are probably going to start spending more time on the one that actually pays you. And I looked up that TikTok, you can get monetized at 1,500 subscribers. That's kind of where YouTube used to be at. That was kind of the same guideline. I'm not saying everybody uses social media in a different way. You know, I have friends with private accounts that there's a big difference between a person with a public account and a private account. You know, if you're private, you're sending stuff to your friends. You're probably mostly in a chat, probably making fun of stuff like, you know, me and my friends trolling people. If your account is public and you're doing, you know, hashtags and you're trying to grow something, you have a completely different social media experience than somebody that pretty much uses it as a pretty much giant text or something. So yeah, I know nothing about TikTok, nor do I pretend to, but my construction workers go on TikTok. It's the weird, like 30-year-old guys. Eric, he's got 3 fingers on one hand. He's been in prison. He's on TikTok. You just lost all your street cred. He's cool. We're cool now. Yeah, he sawed 2 of his fingers off, and I give him shit all the time. Instead of a high 5, I say high 3 after he does a good job. What's up, Eric? High 3. We got high 3. You can't high 5, fam. Olympians. There's a new documentary that came out about how Olympians are kind of a scam. You know, you don't really after you get the gold, right? Like, unless you're a boxer or a wrestler, it's pretty much like, you know, back to construction on Monday. Gold champ, Olympian. For what? Bobsled? Figure skating? Cool. okay, back to work on Monday, and these guys work so fucking hard, man. So there's a documentary that came out that I think everybody should watch because these guys are the best, like gymnasts and stuff. They're so. I had a buddy who grew up that was trying to be a gymnast, and he worked harder than anybody I know. And one little fall in like Junior Olympics, and it's all over. It's all over. And then you win the gold, and then what? Back to coaching JV, junior high, gym, whatever. Anyway, there's a really good documentary. It's had everybody, like Michael Phelps, Mike Tyson, Usain Bolt. Sometimes you get lucky and you get those endorsement deals. But other than that, like, the Olympics is kind of a scam. It's kind of a scam. You work your whole life for that one weekend, and then you win at whatever. What's that shuffleboard one in the ice? It's pretty much a drinking game, the way I see it. And then what? You're back to tow truck driving on Monday? Like, it's, I don't know. Anywho, Ashland Hard Seltzer, which is probably the 4. I've always said it's like White Claw, Truly, Bud Light Seltzer. Ashland sold to Budweiser. It's the same guy. It's the same dude that started St. Archer, and he knows enough people through action sports or Hollywood or whatever. He gets them all as investors, and he sold another company to InBev or Budweiser, whoever the hell InBev is. Who the fuck is InBev? Corona, Budweiser, Heineken? They're all the same. It's just big beer. It's just at that point, it's not even. I don't even see it as beer. I just see it as distribution chains. You have the power to get your product in like every store in all 50 states, Alaska and Hawaii included. Probably costs a little bit more money. That is. We talked about this on the last broadcast. You either are jealous or inspired, and that dude, I don't even know who he is. I hope he's a lot older than me. If he's my age, that's going to make me even feel more like a piece of shit. But yeah, Ashland sold to Budweiser. I don't think the numbers are out there. I don't think it's going to be like $1 billion. But I don't know. I think they're still kind of in the undisclosed phases, yada, yada, yada. NBC story. NBC origin story. I want to have Dave on for that, Booze Brothers Dave, because it was kind of his thing. That was the first time I heard it. I just kept saying it. I was the one that made it a thing. But he was the first person who ever said mandatory beer chug after dealing with extremely shitty customers. I was watching the Genius Brewing channel. Genius is very, very professional. Like, I'm trying to troll Logan and throw him off. Logan's unbreakable. Logan is like Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson from the Unbreakable movie, man. Just laser focused. He's untrollable. He's unchable. But we were talking about really quick. I'm gonna. All right, we'll do one beer. He gonna do one. I was texting with Enzo yesterday. We were talking about this, and I actually went into his work to buy some rice holes for this video I have to shoot. I made a DIY grain. You have a grain mill, but you have to put it on something that goes over your Home Depot bucket or a trash can or something. And I built one yesterday out of a clipboard. It was a wooden kind of cork clipboard, and I pulled it off. It's not going to be a video. It might get a little bit of shine, but it's not going to be a video. But I went to Enzo's work. Shout out to Enzo. And Trevu, he'll be on Wednesday night. I trolled Logan about his hair and beard once. Logan looks like Wolverine and Toad from Mario had a kid, and I'm saying that in the worst way. I'm saying that in the best way possible. Wolverine and Toad from Mario Kingdom. He looks like their love child, and I love him for it. Let me keep up with the chat a little bit really fast. Bruno Tony, what's up, man? Yeah, strawberry lemonade, keep that going. Reverend KY, this is all your fault, man. You said flash happy hour stream. Yeah, me and Peter have a fight to the death. Who can get 1,000 subscribers first? And I'm going to whoop his ass without even thinking about it. I'm going to buy him. I'm gonna buy followers today. Actually, don't do that. You can do that on Instagram and Facebook, but then get your channel pulled on YouTube. And I know that because I tried that like 10 years ago. YouTube filters out the ghost accounts, the troll accounts, the dead weight, inactive accounts. Instagram doesn't, because one of the reasons we get hooked to Instagram is for, to grow followers versus followers. And then if they pulled back if they filtered out the dead weight accounts, we would lose a lot of followers. Everybody would. And it would bum a lot of people out. But for YouTubers, like 4 times a year, say you have like 500 subscribers, like 4 times a year you wake up and you're like, how do I only have like 388? Oh yeah. They do like this quarterly, I don't know, YouTube Zamboni filtration system process where they delete all inactive accounts. How the hell did we start talking about that? Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle. That would be your favorite character, Hell's Bruce. But here's the pulse for this video. Here, let's crack the beer. Here's the pulse for this video. And the thing about, what's funny about watching Peter and Logan? Time flies. I can't believe, like growing up, you're in school and the teacher's talking and they're probably just, they're reading a curriculum or a outline of something that they didn't even write. It's kind of weird at that point. Like, can anybody do it? And you're just like so bored. You're just like dying from boredom. If there was a Guinness Book for world record for who stared at a clock growing up, I would be the world champ by so far. If there was a champion of who like looked over and looked at like the clock, I would be the Michael Jordan of that. But when you watch these streams and stuff, like they go by so fast and you learn a lot. Some, I think the big difference between me and Peter, we talked about this on the last broadcast, is I try to like solve for X with Homebrew for Life stuff. And Peter can hit on the more like descriptive things. And here's the difference between me and Peter. Someone on the chat last week was like, hey, what do you recommend for like an alternative to Crystal 60? My answer, the way I would know, would be A, probably just a 2-row, but B, if I actually wanted to like think about this, however much Crystal 60 you wanted to use, call it 3 pounds. That's still kind of a lot for a 5-gallon batch. Whatever. 1 pound. What would I be the alternative for 1 pound of Crystal 60? I would take a half pound of Crystal 40, a half pound of Crystal 80, and I would mix it together, and that is Crystal 60 in my book. That's how I think. Peter would have a completely different and probably better answer, I think. But that's like how I think. I'm like, algebra, solve for X. Find the one, I don't know, answer. I don't know. Shit makes different sense to different people. The fuck are we talking about? Rice holes. I'm going to start using rice holes probably for every batch. Let me know in the comment section if you think I'm white trash or brilliant for smoke weed pretty much after I have like 4 or 5 beers, and I sleep so good. But me and Maury both have this problem. Crack like you're Pliny the Elder. You start smoking weed. The music sounds good. You wake up and there's a Pliny the Elder with like 1 sip taken out of it. What? I do have a local roots thing too. This I did not crack from last night. This is from this morning. Yeah. The streams are more often than not. I think this was probably their best stream as far as probably people showing up and people donating or whatever. But if you have a question, more often than not, it's going to get answered. And I don't like the subjective stuff. I think Trevor was trolling me like a month ago. He's like, what's the best styles of beer to make with like Pilsen malt? Pilsen Pilsners? Right. But when people start asking like, what's better, like, Amarillo or Galaxy or whatever, I don't even answer it because that's, you know what? I will answer it. The best way to figure that out is do them side by side on the same exact system, which is even harder, and use just one hop. For 5-gallon batch, I would use probably one hop at 60, one hop at 30. And then I hate dry hopping. Yeah, 1 ounce at 60, 1 ounce at 30, 1 ounce at flame out. And that's what I would do. 3 ounces of each hop, Galaxy versus call it Amarillo. And I would do it side by side. And then I would ferment it, obviously the same way, just try to eliminate all variables. And then that's how I would differentiate it. And it's weird to put like these words into our taste buds because you can't really like describe, I don't know, what do we, earthy, florally, whatever. Like, what does that mean? Earthy? You eat dirt? You eat the earth? What the fuck does that mean? You're going to know, and you shouldn't have to put it into words, but again, Peter would probably give you a completely different answer or a description or breakdown to what I just said. But long story short, I've brewed great drinkable IPAs with Galaxy and Amarillo. Amarillo, I think, was like the big hop when I got into brewing because I think it was Alpine. Alpine to this day still has like credibility in San Diego like motherfucker. Probably like Society, but they did sell out. Who bought Alpine? Green Flash? Yeast and the Beast, help me out. Who bought Alpine? Who is Aussie Trevor? It's a guy named Trevor from Australia. Rasmus out there in Denmark. He's finally watching at a decent hour. Shout out to him. It's always like 4 a.m. when he's watching us Wednesday nights, because usually we start at around 6 o'clock. And I'm still trying to figure this shit out. But why we are here, rice holes. Let's talk about rice holes. What are they? What do they do? What do they not do? Rice holes ultimately help out with your recirculation and your sparge. It's supposed to be like, when you add a lot of, what gives you a stuck mash? Milling your grain too much, like me. A lot of wheat, the oats, that would give you a stuck mash. Just think of like oatmeal. It just kind of gets like concrete-y, for lack of a better term. And generally what you do is you just take, I know someone's going to troll me for this, but just take a handful of rice holes and throw it, not at the bottom, not at the middle of your mash, just mix it all together. And ultimately rice holes are, how would you explain this? Like the skeleton of a rice grain, or like the shell of a rice grain. And you're not going to extract anything from it. So that's pretty much its purpose. You're not going to like pull any flavors or sugars from it. As far as water absorption, I don't think it's going to absorb that much water, any at all. So I wouldn't probably adjust any water. I wouldn't. If you want, hey man, add another quart of water in there. Like at most you're going to lose that from rice holes. And that I don't have experience with. I don't have data for it. That's just the very homebrew for life way of thinking about, does rice holes soak up? Do dead bodies soak up water? Probably not. Do skeletons absorb water? No. Do lobster shells absorb water? Probably not. But maybe I deserve to get trolled for, not trolled, but just somebody tell me that it does absorb water. For the sake of the video, it does not, from my experience. I never had rice holes, and I'm like, shit. I only got 4 gallons in my kettle now. It doesn't happen. But long story short, like I just said, it's for it's not even like people use rice holes to get to prevent a stuck mash. I think it just makes a better mash. I think it just, when we stir a lot to prevent clumps and stuff like that, that's what the rice holes are doing. They break all that stuff up. They separate the clumps. That'd be a good YouTube video. Do not have to stir if you're using rice hulls. But what I do know, and we're going to talk about this more on Wednesday night, Amazon for brewing products, positives and negatives. Rice hulls are the biggest ripoff ever on Amazon. Some shit is like dry malt extract. I went to Enzo's store yesterday. I remember it being like $3 or $4, maybe $5 a pound. On Amazon, it's like $15 a pound. It's 3 times the price. And hey, not everybody has, homebrew stores and availability all the same. Talk to Hellbrews, it's tougher for him to get stuff down there in the southern tip of Mexico and Central America. But I went to Enzo's store yesterday, Carlsbad Brew Supply. I bought 4 pounds. I think it was like, I gave him a $5 bill, and I still got change back. It's the shell of rice. It's nothing except for labor, just getting that, putting it back in a bag and reselling it. So I think I'm going to start using, long story short, rice hulls should be like $1 a pound, maybe $1.50 a pound. If you have to buy it on Amazon, it's going to be expensive. But I'm kind of a homebrew efficiency hack, and I think that rice hulls is a great way to hack. And what I mean by hack is I mean save time. And I don't care what you're brewing. Usually it's used for a lot of oats. Who uses oats? Cream ales, porters, stouts, wheat beers. Wheat beers can cause a stuck mash. Most German beers. Wheat beers, Berliner Weisses have some American wheat beers, rice hulls, but I think I'm going to start using rice hulls for every beer because I think I'm going to get more sugar if I just grab a handful and just throw it in there. So that's it. Anybody have anything on rice hulls? It's literally like kind of a boost for your mash. You don't need to check your pre-boil mash. You don't really need to. I don't even check pH. pH pre-boil is such a wide range. 5.2 to 5.8. And the only time I really check pH, the only time I check pH is when I'm kettle souring. And I've done probably 6 kettle sours in my life. And I love it. I love just the idea that we could make sour beers fast nowadays. So that's it. What's going on with the chat? What's up, Whit Kaufman? Apologize for the voice. Enzo, I use 5 pounds of rice hulls every brew. That's probably very good advice. I agree with Enzo in that. And that's probably an eyeball a handful, right? Just grab a handful and it's probably half a pound to a pound. And yada, yada, yada. I'm using rice hulls right now to clean a new mill. When you buy a new mill, it's got you pull the plastic off and it's got oil all over it. Do not clean it with water. Mills are weird. It's one of those things where if you clean it, you're probably going to make it worse. You start taking the bearings out and hitting it with WD-40 or Citrol or Star Sand or whatever, you're probably going to make it worse. Even if it's got a dead rat in it. Now at that point you probably should clean it. If some rat jumps in there and you mill the rat and it dies, I would clean it at that point. But other than that, dead rat IPA? Dead rat IPA? Dead rabbits? Just brush your mill. There's few things in life that if you actually try to clean, you're going to make it a lot worse, and the mill is one of them. Don't hit it with water. You're probably going to get shit sicky, and water hardens things, especially grains and oats. And what else you put through a mill? Corn, beans, soybeans, coffee? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Marco, he knows what's up. Not 5 pounds, haha, half pound. Yeah, half a pound per 5-gallon batch. What's up, Whit? What's up, Whit Kaufman? According to David Heath, you can use too many rice hulls. Let's think about that. We don't need to look anything up. What would using too much rice hulls do? It separates the mash so the water flows through better for recirculation and sparge. What would too much rice hulls do? The only thing I could think of is it's going to absorb too much water. Other than that, I think it's just bullshit. But that's me. That's me. Who the hell am I? People need to put out content just to put out content. I understand that. Fear tactics. Don't use too much rice hulls. It's gonna give you COVID. Rice hulls are literally like, what would you, a skeleton. I don't know, a lobster tail. That's how I always looked at it. So that's all I got. Try to keep up the chat a little bit. I got to get out of here. I got to have sex with my girlfriend. I got to have something with my girlfriend. It's going to work. Enzo, let's go get drunk today. After I film a couple things. Create too many channels. Yeah, that's what happens with Riseful. You create too many channels. Thank you for subscribing to the Hoppy Hour, everybody. We have me and Peter have a gentleman's bet. We have a who can make it to 1,000 subscribers fast, which is like the most fucking douchebag thing to ever say, let alone talk about on the internet. But we did it, and Trevor's going to be on for Wednesday. Oh, yeah, or compressed air. Oh, that totally works. Reverend KY. Yeah, brush or air. That problem solved. Problem solved. That is, think about it, common sense. Just take air and blow it off. Just the only thing your mill sees is grain and dead rats and a missing hand sometimes. No, you'd have to be the wackest motherfucker ever to get hurt from a mill. And it would only happen on a homebrew scale because commercial mills have like the 4-inch PVC pipe. I think it's ABS. Or no, it's white. It's PVC pipe. And it goes up to their ceiling, gets pulled in by a motor, and then drops right into their mash tun. I don't know how you can get hurt from that. I mean, obviously installing it and having it fall on a customer's head or something. But there's nothing that goes into a mill except grain. So to answer the question, Reverend KY, yeah. Brushes and compressed air, which I think, unless you're, I would a brewery have a Craftsman compressed air nail gun, machine? We use them in construction for nail guns. Chances are you're probably going to have, a foxtail brush more than you're going to have the compressed air. And if anybody's opening up a brewery, compressed air machines or whatever, I think at the low, Sears, Walmart, they're probably $100. At the high, they're probably $300. The foxtail brush is probably whatever, 10, 15, 20 bucks tops. No, I'm brewing. I couldn't fit my hand around that PBR. We don't call you no brewing for nothing, Braj. But that's it. Trevor, what are you doing today, man? Trevor and Yeast and the Bees. Trevor, can we go? I have to do construction tomorrow. And it's fucking prep. It's Roswell's? Roz paper and Ramboard for a new demo for a house in Del Mar. Trevor, Enzo, can we do it? Can we get Enzo drunk? Am I going to get another strike for this? Contributing to the alcohol of a minor, someone who's over 18 that can go to war but can't buy beer. All right, Trev, give me 3 hours. Enzo, I got to head out. Enzo, are we hanging out or what, man? I thought I knew you, bro. Thought I knew you. Enzo, can you go to Culver? Enzo. I'll shoot you a text today. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for being here. Mandatory beer brush. Bruno Tony, shout out to the chat really fast. No Brewing, man, love the channel. No Brewing has a new channel. Check him out. Apartment Brewer has a channel. I've come across his channel a couple times. He was in the Genius chat. Whit Kaufman, thanks for being here, man. Rasmus, the silly goose from Denmark. You're at 903. My area code? Oh, subscribers. Cool. Thanks, Reverend. We wouldn't cause explosive dust. Hazard is real. We wouldn't cause... Yeah. Delonius, later, Braj. I'll see you guys Wednesday night. Tom Mellon. Sorry if I'm bombing on everybody's brew day. Sundays are typically my brew days. I have a full beer. What else do I have to say? I'm not going to have somebody on right now. You know what's crazy? How come everybody's bitching about in Texas about not having power and all this stuff, but Yeast and the Beast was on the podcast last Wednesday? How does that make sense? Everyone's losing their minds. Who's the new politician to blame? And then Yeast and the Beast is on a podcast in Texas. Not only are you not supposed to have power, Yeast in the Braj, but you're on a podcast. Not trying to strike a nerve. I just thought that kind of was silly. I don't know. Maybe he was just on his phone or something. Power's back. Does everyone still want to kill every politician and nothing? Dawson's Creek. I'd be Miami Dolphins time right now. It'd be Miami Dolphins time right now if it was still football season. Doesn't Yeast live in the outskirts too? I don't know what that means. Hey, what's up, Elementary? He's got a YouTube channel. Check out Yeast and the Beast's YouTube channel. Throw it in the chat. Throw the link in the chat. I just fucking ruined Genius's chat, spamming on my shit. Talking about Logan's haircut, promoting the Hoppy Hour. Talking about Logan's haircut. Talking about Logan leaving. Talking about how Logan probably hates me. When I talk to Genius guys, it's always Peter. I think Logan's unchable. He's a serious dude. He's a serious Braj. But let's do it. Trevor Enzo, get your fake ID. I had fake ID when I was 15. You're 20. Figure it out, dude. Yeah, Bruno Tony, we're still waiting on your channel. He's starting a brewery out there in Rancho Cucamonga. Starting a hard lemonade factory. That's kind of it. Sunday is also my brew day. Brew day smash Pilsner. Yes. And really quick, we talked about Elementary Brewing in the last video. We talked about his video. If you guys want I'm not even kidding. I probably said this before. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I literally just say about 8 to 12 things over and over and over. But he did a Kolsch video, and if you guys want to do a really light, lager-ish style, Kolsch and Pilsner. Kolsch and there's different types of lagers. Not a Vienna lager, but closer towards Mexican Czech lager, part more on the Mexican side. Check out Elementary's video for the Kolsch. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, but if I was brewery and I didn't want to, lagers there's more downtime and they're actually harder to brew than ales. Sort of. They take longer to brew. That was like the old wives' tale. You could probably speed them up nowadays. But back in the day, lagers took longer to ferment, and you can't really jack up the price on a lager. When there's $3 Pacificos on every corner. But what I would do is I would make a Kolsch, and I would call it a lager, just to put something on the menu for the non-IPA drinker. And I do not think anybody would know. I do not think anybody on planet Earth would know, because Kolsch and super light Pilsner are very similar. And we actually did a video. Shout out to anybody who was around for Ballast Point Kolsch Keystone Light days. Ballast Point, I think that's what we did. And I had my buddies over, and they're like, we're not drinking Keystone Light. We're not drinking that. they all got it wrong except for one person. People can tell the difference between Ballast Point Kolsch and Keystone Light. That's burning a bridge. That's burning a bridge. We're probably not going to get any, not that Ballast Point knows about us or care whether we live or die, but if they did, that would have burned a bridge. And I'll always burn a bridge, to be honest. Because if you're not honest, then you're political. You're a politician. You got to be like short-circuited brewer. Got to give the honest review and not take the money. Because as soon as you agree to a product placement, they're going to tell you what to say, what to not say. They want to see it. They want to review it. And then they want to, probably have you take some shit out. And at that point, you're a politician. You're a lobbyist. You're a salesman. And that doesn't help anybody in the brewing community except the person getting the money and the person getting the exposure. But the person that's buying the product, that buys a piece of shit, you just fuck them over. But that was a cool video. You know what? I'm not tooting my horn or whatever, but I remember, Ballast Point made a big push over that. I don't even know how many views that video has. How many views does that have? Ballast Point versus Keystone Light. But I never saw them ever again after that. I don't have that power, nor do I ever want that type of power. We just make dick off YouTube videos. 5.6 thousand views 3 years ago. Yeah, and the comments were cracking me up. Ballast Point's going to come and throw a rock through your window. Ballast Point's is going to come over and kill you. Damn, dude, that was when I barely even had a beard. That's when I still had my video game collection. I didn't see the Ballast Point beers after that. I didn't see the Ballast Point Kolsch after that. Obviously, that had nothing to do with our video, I don't think. I hope it doesn't. But maybe it just bombed. January 3rd, 2018. I don't know. Elementary Brewing. Kolsch is tasting nice. Right on, man. Yeah. Crushable and very lager-like, but has a distinct tang to the finish. I like that. And that's kind of how we went to Booze Brothers on Friday, and they have a new lager on. It's called Warish Lager. And the way I would explain it is it's a craft lager. It's craft lager. Did we lose the chat again? What's going on with this? What's going on? Is this not showing up? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's it's obviously tastes different than, pretty much what I'm drinking right here, this Pabst PBR stuff. It's kind of all the same beer, which is kind of why I like it. The only commercial lagers that stand out to me are a Pacifico. That's the only way. But if we're talking I had this conversation with my dad on Saturday. He was talking about how good beer is now. He's like, when I grew up, it was always the same. Like Beck's, Lowenbrau, Heineken, MGD kind of was a little bit cheaper. And then the Miller High Life was the white trash version of that. It's just beer is so distinctive now. But commercial lagers, the only beer that really stands out is Pacifico, with or without a lime. I could probably still spike it and or guess the right answer in a blind taste contest. And those are my favorite. Those are my favorite homebrew for life videos to make. But to go back to Elementary Brewing, it's we were drinking this beer on Friday night at Booze Brothers, Warish Lager, and it's light, crushable, drinkable lager in the front, and then in the back there's something, a little bit of maybe I don't know, not berry, maybe berry, something you get maybe from a hop, definitely not berries or real fruit or extract or puree or anything, but it is so goddamn good. And that's kind of the way craft beer's going. Everything's kind of getting lighter. Everything's kind of getting more drinkable. And from a business standpoint, it makes sense because you have 9% IPA beers on tap. What are your customers going to have? 2? What's their bill? $14? It's not smart. They can have 5%, 5% beers or 4% beers and now your tab's twice that, $25, and they're less drunk, and they spent more money. So yeah, Elementary's got a good video on that. Check that out. Throw that in the comment section. Plug it. I have no problem with anybody promoting their businesses, their YouTube channels, anything that, if you're promoting a selfie page, we're going to get you. We're going to troll you. All of us combined. But that's kind of it. That's kind of fucking it. We're in 47 minutes right now. I feel like I've been here for 5 minutes. Crazy, man. Yeah, and Elementary Brewing, 2021 year of the lager. I was at Enzo's shop yesterday at Carlsbad Brew Supply, and I was talking to the owner's wife, and she was like, dude, we can't even hold on to lager yeast. Back in the day, it was all, I don't know. It went from like Safe Ale to like White Labs 001. The top 10 like White Labs ales are kind of the same, except for like the Belgian strain. And then Y Yeast and Omega came out like a couple of years later, and I'm still kind of new to that train. And now it's just like, I've always said this. DIY temperature control is beer. It made beer. Mother Nature made beer. What makes lagers? The cold weather in Rasmus country, in Denmark. What makes ales? Southern California weather. That's what makes beer. What made beer back in the day, they did not have the hops we use, the grain we use, the water we use. What did they have? They had Mother Nature's temperature control. They had fermentation. And then, I think as beer progresses, it's all going to be about yeast strains and temperature control. Yeast is only as good as its temperature control. Temperature control is only as good as its yeast strain. So, back to Elementary Brewing. Kolsch, you could, would you ferment that at like 65, 60, like low 60s, 63 to 69? You don't want to get it too high up in like the what's like a mid 70s strain, probably just like a saison. You get away with a lot with a saison. It's really like the first batch of beer you want to do because it's so forgiving. For Southern Californians, if you live in the cold, different story. Completely different story. If you live, in where the wildlings live, north of the wall, a saison would be an absolute nightmare unless you have a hot spring or a jacuzzi. But for Southern California brewers, saison is the first beer you want to brew or get into because it's the easiest beer to ferment. It's the easiest beer to have control over your temperature control. That's what I say. Tony's got something good. Lagers, stouts, and ciders are what I focus on. Stouts, probably not. You just kind of missed out season. We're coming up on lager season. And COVID's over. There's not really a commercial lager that's blown up yet. I know everyone's trying. Let's blow up the Booze Brothers one. They can't even do it. Wouldn't even work. You probably couldn't even get their beer outside of Southern California. Maybe San Francisco. But there's no craft lager that is nationwide. Sown? Mexa Cerveza or something? What was the beer they did with Metallica? Fuck Stone, though. Fuck Stone. That dude, that Greg Koch guy, when Stone first started, it was all like, you're not worthy, double IPA, yellow fizzy beers for pussies, you're not worthy, you wimp, you're a pussy, chug, drink up. What is he doing now? He's selling the lightest, yellow fizziest, 4.5% ABV beer competing with all the shit they talked about. But, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, integrity versus money versus integrity. But fuck Stone. They don't pay my bills. They don't do anything. They're great beer. They were ahead of the curve at one time. They were, God, if Stone comes out with a hard seltzer, like it's over. Like there's just no more like integrity in craft beer anymore. Or not anymore, but like Stone will just be like the ultimate sellout. Pioneer at one point, obviously huge Pioneer. And then, you make a lot of money. Money's the root of all evil. Shit gets weird. Anybody who's making an alcoholic thing, it's going to weird you out. Anybody who's successful is going to weird you out. Anybody who's inventing anything is going to weird you out. You got to jump on that. Use your leverage and your power and your money to, compete with it. But Stone now is a lot different than Stone in high school. In high school, it was like Stone, Reunation, Double IPA, Pale Ale. I don't even know. It was like the green was the IPA, blue was like Ruination. It was all like gargoyles and, like death metal shit. Stone was like death metal back in the day. Now they're just like, I don't know, man, Trader Joe's, and they're in Walmart and Target. Let's go to Target. Let's buy some Stone beer. Hey man, they're living their lives. If I have a problem with it, which I don't, I'm just talking aimlessly on podcasts, but most often than not, if you have a problem with something, it's generally your problem. And Stone can make all the money in the world. I'm not gonna buy the product. There's a lot of mom and pop businesses out there that need your money. Stone does not need your money. Budweiser does not need your money. Corona does not need your money. They will burn more money in 1 month advertisement budget than most cool mom and pop breweries will ever make in a year. So that's what I got. Live your lives, do your thing. Let's get out of here. Trev, Enzo, I'll hit you guys up in a little bit. I got to film like a little thing. I'm making just my little DIY 2-roller grain mill base stand, and I finally got it. I kind of got it first try, sort of. You guys will see the video Tuesday night. It's pretty much a mill video talking about the do's, the don'ts. Long story short, mills are very sought after products on Craigslist. They're not. It's hard to come by a mill unless you buy it yourself. They're not on Craigslist. They're not. It's a lifetime thing. Once you have it, you're gonna have it forever. And we're just doing side by side 2 rollers versus the malt muncher 3s and the efficiency and all that stuff. And I'll tell you right now, it's so overrated. Like the smallest mill for a 5-gallon batch is just gonna take like 5 more minutes. So don't break the bank on mills. Don't buy one with a motor. Don't buy one with a table. They're gonna charge you $500. The motor will get rained on, and you're going to end up using your Milwaukee or DeWalt drill. And, they set the little adjustments on the drill where you want to go like, I think it's a 1/4 inch or whatever. There's a number on there. It doesn't matter. Just roll it through the mill again and use rice holes. So that's it. All right, I'm going to film this video. Everybody be good. Who's here? Zach Pearson, what's up, you brunch? Lars, I was in San Diego recently, and I saw a Sweeto Sue in a supermarket. I have no idea what that means. Followed fellas. Thank you, Reverend KY, Yeast and the Beast. Check out Yeast and the Beast. We got Elementary. I don't know if Apartment Brewer is in here, but he's got a YouTube channel. They break it down. If you guys want recipe development, follow. Here's how YouTube works. The YouTube brewing people that are consistently putting out videos. If you want recipe development, Clawhammer, Apartment Brewer, genius for sure. If you want the brand new top of the line homebrew stuff that I cannot afford, Short Circuited Brewer. He's got $1,000 fermenters and all this stuff. I ferment in plastic half the time unless Anvil sends me something. They sent me like 3 things, and I haven't made one review video on it, but it's all good, and I will make review videos on this, and I don't have to bullshit because it's cheap, it's affordable, and it's the cheapest conical fermenters. What's the difference between a conical fermenter and a uni tank? I guess just the carb stone. Unitank has you can connect the, there's the girl right there. Hi, baby. You can connect the carb stone too for Unitank. But then they get you. There's all these add-ons and the temperature control, and they want, $500 for a little water reservoir and the nylon jacket you put around it, and their own little coil tube that goes in there that, whether it's glycol or ice water that you put through there. I don't know. Is that the only difference between a conical fermenter and a Unitank? It's just the carb stone? Anyway, that's Brian Short Circuited's channel. He will review all of that stuff. I will never review any of that stuff. I tried to work with SS Spike or SS Brew Tank, and we went back and forth, and they wanted to send us some stuff. They also wanted us to say some stuff. I just nipped it in the bud. I was like, and they wanted to upsell us on some stuff, and I was just like, nah. Not a reflection on your business or my business or brand or this thing versus that thing. It just, we can't go from making a $7 food grade fermenter with a spigot to like a $750 14-gallon 3-legged triclover, whatever, conical fermenter and stuff like that. We would be stone brewing at that point. I would lose all the integrity. With that, Homebrew for Life, how to make it cheap, how to make it fast, how to make it on your own without, spending too much on tools, too much time, too much money. That's kind of the pulse for Homebrew for Life, and that's the video I'm doing on Tuesday. Might have a couple cameos, but at this point, like, I just make the videos by myself. It's like, I'm not going to wait for Sunday to have Maury or Kevin or Donnie or Babs come over. It's like, I'm making the video, man. I'm just making the video. It sucks that I got to be the face of every video. I don't wish it was like that, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Speaking of which, can I get some cookie crumbles in here? Other YouTube channels on Homebrew YouTube channels. Elementary, Grain to Glass, Gnome Brewing, Grain to Glass, which is awesome. I can only do those like once a month, talking about like the process, and I've already done like 20 or 25 or 50 of those videos. What else is there? Recipe development, Grain to Glass, DIY, product reviews. Craft beer hunting, blind taste contests. Craft beer hunting is probably the most expensive because that involves travel, plane tickets. Blind taste contests are my favorite because it's the most humbling. Because everyone's like, oh, Stella Artois is so much better than Mickey's. I was like, I'll bet you $100. And then they look like idiots on camera. Double win. That's it. Let's give a shout out to the chat really fast. Lars, it's a rare beer and super good. Black & Decker. They sell that shit at probably like CVS or Long's. I think Black & Decker owns DeWalt. I get Black & Decker and Craftsman confused, but one of them owns DeWalt. DeWalt is the best tool by far. I've had DeWalt for life. I've had Milwaukee, a multi-tool. The batteries went out like that. I know it all, comes from China, probably from the same factory, and they slap, yellow versus red on it, or with Makita, green or turquoise. I've had one Milwaukee thing, and when I go to the job site, everybody there has Milwaukee. They shit on me because I'm the DeWalt guy, and it makes me love DeWalt even more. So that's it. Delonious, what's up? Roger Cabin. Delonious, I'll see you Sunday night. I'm not working construction Tuesday or Wednesday. I will figure out Discord and TikTok. No, I'll never figure out TikTok. Shout out to anybody that's doing TikTok and successful with that. I just already got too many things going on, man. Sometimes we do a podcast. I try, and then we stream. The Homebrew for Life videos take the most. Homebrew for Life and construction eat up most of my life. Me and my girlfriend were supposed to hang out today.
I'm going to work.
You pissed?
I'm going to work.
How did I make it up to you? I know we were supposed to hang out at.
It doesn't matter.
That's my girlfriend back there. She's the light of my life. With construction, I'm not going back because I always need money, but I'm more so helping my old boss out. And it's fucking labor, man. Fucking labor. 36 years old. A little bit of framing, but mostly labor. But hopefully I can get out of the construction game sooner than later, and I can get back to consistently putting out Homebrew for Life DIY bullshit videos. So shout out to all you guys for being here right now. I'm looking at this. I'm still looking at Logan's shitty face. Why is this like this? Yeah, I gotta work on that. Trying to find people to come on the broadcast. Let me know. Trying to figure out OBS. I'm trying to figure out Streamlabs. I'm trying to figure out Discord. I'm trying to figure out Windows 10. I'm trying to figure out my PC computer that took me 2.5 years to build, and capture cards and Elgato and this Stream Deck, and
Back off, War Child, seriously.
Back off, War Child, seriously. And I want this to show up on your end, but I don't think it does. So I got to figure all this stuff out, but at least we're putting the content out. It's never going to be like, ESPN or Dateline quantity. It's just a little webcam, $50 Logitech webcam. Logitech C922. It's probably discontinued. And then I got a little Stream Deck right here, which I literally just want to put in every time someone tries to get too deep. How do we do this? Oh, there's it right there. Anytime somebody wants to get too deep or take themselves too serious, I want to hit the Owen Wilson button or the back off War Child. Back off War Child, seriously.
Back off, War Child, seriously.
I can hear it on my end. Back off War Child. Alrighty, everybody. JW Carter, oh, you do hear it? No way. Let me pull this up real fast. No way. You guys can hear that?
Back off, War Child, seriously. Back off, War Child, seriously.
Wow.
All right, everybody. We figured it out. No way.
Back off, War Child, seriously.
No way. Have you guys been hearing it the whole time?
Back off, War Child, seriously. Back off, War Child, seriously.
I want this to be my ringtone. Well, all right, cool. That worked out. This whole time I've been going crazy. Right on. All right. Let's get out of here, guys. Everyone have a good Sunday fun day. Shout out to Delonius. He's always the Braj. We were Brajing after last Wednesdays with Yeast and Beast. Dawson's Creek theme song. That's only a cool screen name if it's a joke. Shout out to Dawson's Creek theme song. Reverend KY, thanks, man. Shout out to you guys over at Geniuses. And all right, we'll see you guys. JW Carter 300, welcome to the Braj Fest. Even though this isn't the broadcast, what's this channel called? The Hoppy Hour? The Brajcast is on Spotify, and iTunes or Apple Podcasts. There's so many platforms nowadays. Shout out to everybody. Bruno Tony, thanks, man. I still have one of your beers in the back of my fridge. I think it's I think you gave me a Belgian or a triple or something. I'll have to share that one with a buddy. You wrote the ABV on it, and it kind of scared me. It's like a 10% Belgian, man. All right, Reverend. KY, let's out of here. Delonius, what's up? We didn't catch Roswell's this time. Delonius, Easton Beast. I'm going to get a PS4 soon. Fuck, man. Are we already on like PS5? Took me like 10 years to save up for a PS4, and now I'm late to the table and there's a new one. Thanks, Tone. Appreciate that. We'll get the games going. Enzo, Trev, I don't know if you guys are still here, but we will have, let's go to Culver, get a deli sandwich or something. But that's it. That's it. Everyone be good. Mandatory bread. Mandatory bread. Yeah, Belgian, I don't think it's a day drinking beer. I mean, you know, live your life, but it's not a day drinking beer for me. For me, I'd have to share that with Donnie and Maury and yada, yada, yada. All right, everybody, let's get out of here. Jay Reynolds, later, Brajes. Later, Jay Reynolds. Definitely get the PS Bro. PS4, PS5. Later, Beast. Can you even get a PS5? Is it accessible or is it still underground? Peace out, Girl Scout. I like that. Later, Damien. Damien Plender, a little bit silent but deadly. He's the brunch. Damien, you got to work on that that avatar, man. You got to at least throw. Same with the JW Carter too, man. You guys got to work on your graphic design stuff. But all right, everyone, be good. We're out of here. Peace in the Middle East. We're out like a Girl Scout. What did Peter say earlier? We're out like trout or something? Bounce like trout? Let's bounce like a trout. All right. Mentor bitch head. My girlfriend needs me. Peace out, Girl Scout IPA. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, everyone. Keep the girlfriends, wives, boyfriends, lovers, significant others happy. It's tough. We're going to go to Culver Brewery. If you guys are in the area, we'll see you over there. If not, we'll see you guys Wednesday night. We're going to talk shit about Genius Brewing Channel. We're going to have a 4-hour rant on how Genius Brewing Channel is the worst YouTube channel on planet Earth. All right, guys.
Back off, war child, seriously.
Wow.
Back off, war child, seriously.